Amazon's AWS still seeing reports of outages after a more than 6-hour disruption this morning. It looked like it had been resolved. Mackenzie Sagalos is following the story for today's Tech Check and brings us more. Hi, Mac.
Hey, Morgan. So AWS is still struggling to contain the major outage from this morning. We're now 10 hours in, and reports of disruption are rising again with persistent issues in Amazon's main cloud region in Northern Virginia. Now, that's its oldest and busiest hub. And so far, more than 8 million users have flagged problems, including AI platform Perplexity. Anthropic is another big AWS customer. No word yet on whether they're suffering downtime, but they've long had this multi-cloud strategy to hedge against situations exactly like this. Now, the outage began around 3 a.m. with network failures and DNS issues tied to its core database system that underpins many AWS applications. DNS, or domain name system, acts like the internet's address book. When it breaks, services can't load. Amazon saying 10 minutes ago that it is in the process of rolling out fixes and that some of its cloud services are recovering, but outage reports are surging. You can see that on this down detector chart. Cyber experts say this is not a hack, but it is a reminder of how fragile the internet gets when a few companies run its core infrastructure. AWS controls 37% of the global cloud market and brought in $107 billion last year, yet a single regional failure can still knock critical services offline worldwide. One expert compared it to last year's CrowdStrike meltdown, only this time AWS isn't breaking machines. It is cutting off access to the services that they rely on. Shareholders, though, they seem to be shrugging it off. Amazon stock trading 1% higher so far today. Morgan?
Mac, when we see outages like this, does it ever result, or is there a way to check and track whether it results in some of those customers going to other hyperscalers and other cloud providers?
That's a great question. And we've started to see that kind of diverse multi-cloud strategy. OpenAI, notably, as Steve just pointed out in the last block, has moved beyond just using Microsoft Azure services. They're now a Google Cloud customer. And in tandem with that, they're working with Oracle, and they have all these build-out plans to hedge against exactly this. And so that's something that we're looking for, especially with earnings coming up from Google and from Amazon next quarter. Are they going to build out and up their CapEx commitment so that they can serve more of these generative AI customers?